So today, what we're going to do is build a roadmap. We're breaking down this huge kind of complex world of artificial intelligence into a fun, totally understandable adventure for kids. All right, let's dive in.
So, here's the big question, right? AI isn't some science fiction thing anymore. I mean, think about it. It's already in their phones, their video games, the tools they use for homework. Our kids are literally living in this world already. So, how do we make sure they can navigate it smartly and, safely?
To do that, let's frame this whole thing as a journey. We're going to follow a young explorer as they learn the rules, the tools, and the landscapes of this new AI world. It's an adventure of discovery, and every good explorer needs a map. Okay, so every explorer's very first mission is to understand their new environment. And in the world of AI, that means getting a handle on how a machine actually learns to see and sort the world around it. This whole process, it's got a fancy name, classification. But the idea is actually super simple. It's just teaching the AI how to put things into different buckets, like telling the difference between a cat and a dog, by showing it tons and tons of examples. Now here's what's really fascinating about this. An AI isn't just born smart. Think of it more like a chef. A chef can't learn to cook without ingredients, right? Well, for an AI, those ingredients are data. The more varied and high quality the ingredients you give it, the smarter the AI's chef becomes.
And wow, this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look at that left column, good ingredients. We're feeding our AI chef pictures of poodles, bulldogs, chihuahuas, a whole bunch of different dogs. It's going to get a really good idea of what dog means. But now look at the right, bad ingredients. If all we ever show it are pictures of golden retrievers, what do you think it's going to learn a dog is?
Exactly. It's going to think that only golden retrievers are dogs. The moment it sees a bulldog, it'll have no idea what it's looking at. That, right there, is bias. It's what happens when the AI's education, its training data, is lopsided or incomplete, and that leads it to make some pretty bad judgments. It really all boils down to this: good ingredients in, good AI out.
All right, so our explorer is getting the hang of how AI learns. Now let's move on to the next leg of the journey, seeing how AI can actually create new things. This is where the real magic starts to happen.
This is what we call generative AI. The best way to think about it is like a magical drawing robot. It can't think for itself, not at all, but if you give it the right instructions, it can create these amazing new pictures or stories or even music completely from scratch.
And those instructions, they've got a special name. We call them prompts. And the prompt is everything. If you give it a lazy, boring prompt, you're going to get a lazy, boring result. But a detailed, creative, interesting prompt, that is how you unlock the AI's incredible potential. I mean, just look at this progression. Step 1, a picture of a cat. Yeah, it's fine, but pretty generic. Step 2 gets a little better, a fluffy orange cat. Okay, cool. But look at step 3. A fluffy orange cat wearing a superhero cape standing on a giant slice of pizza drawn in the style of a comic book. Whoa. All of a sudden, you've got something unique, something interesting, something that looks like what you actually pictured in your head. The better you communicate, the better the AI creates. Simple as that.
But this is maybe the most important lesson for our young explorer to learn. The AI is your creative co-pilot, but it is not the driver. It can help you brainstorm an idea or get you past writer's block or visualize a cool concept. But the student, the human, is always the final author, the editor, the person who's in charge of the final story.
Okay, so let's recap. Our explorer gets how AI learns, and they get how it creates. But you know what every great explorer has to know? The rules of the land. This final part is all about using these incredibly powerful tools safely and smartly.
And when it comes to AI ethics for our young explorers, everything, and I mean everything, boils down to 3 simple but absolutely critical rules.
We call them the 3 C's. First, you have to check your facts. AI can sometimes be confidently wrong. It can just make stuff up. So you always have to double-check its answers. Second, be careful with your secrets. Never ever put personal info like your name, your address, or your passwords into a public AI. And third, credit your helper. It's simple. If an AI helped you with a school project, just say so. It's all about being honest and giving credit where credit is due.
This homework helper scenario just makes it so clear. On the left, you see a student being responsible. They're using an AI to get the main ideas of a chapter, then they write the summary in their own words, and they cite the tool they used. That's smart.
But on the right, the student just copies and pastes and claims the work is theirs. That's not just irresponsible, that's cheating. It's the huge difference between using a tool to help you think and letting the tool do the thinking for you.
And that right there brings us to the end of our journey, and really, to the single most important lesson our explorer has learned along the way.
So if you take away one thing from all of this, let it be this. AI is a tool, a really powerful one for sure, but it's no different than a calculator for math class or a hammer for building a birdhouse. It makes hard tasks easier, but it doesn't do the thinking. The human brain is and always will be the boss. We tell the tool what to do, we check its work, and we decide how to use the results.
By giving kids this simple map, by teaching them how AI learns, how it creates, and the rules for using it, we're not just preparing them for the future, we're empowering them to go out and build it. So the real question is, now that the map is in their hands, where are these young explorers going to lead us next?